Wow, no script to open.
I just feel. I feel like let's just try episodes with no script at all.
Yeah, like this one.
No
Short
script.
naman.
Like, just fire it up, ready to
Fired
go.
it.
Fire it up.
Yeah. We'll
Just,
figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
So, welcome again, everybody. Welcome
Hi.
to the far side of the moon.
Far Side Podcast.
Yes,
Here
so
we go.
I am Hazel.
And I'm Brian, and we're the hosts.
We are your hosts, and Far Side is all about
What?
sharing stories, our values, and our learnings to you guys, because we care. We care about you guys.
That's our tagline. We
Yes.
care. Far Side Podcast.
We care.
We care.
Yes.
It sounds like a pharmacy brand,
Oh my god.
We care.
Insurance plan.
Insurance plan. It's crazy how time passes by, honestly.
Super.
First you make an episode 1, and then boom. New Year.
Yes. It's here. Or it's like it's only been 1 year and it went by so fast. So.
Yeah, it's Christmas already, and what the heck? How?
It went so fast. Yeah. No, but today was the launch of Farside officially.
Well, not today, It's gonna be posted today.
Well, it's gonna be posted, but
Today.
let's just say that it's been 1 year right now.
Great.
So there's lots of things to look back on, lots of things that we've accomplished, and wow, we're so grateful for also the people who supported. We've been on the face of the earth for 1 year, 1 whole year of
True.
Farside existence.
It's really of course, Farside only has like what, 8 episodes in.
Yes, this is
in.
the 9th.
This is the 9th. And it's crazy. I know it's like we're not active that much, but it's been a year.
Yeah,
It's
been
been a year.
365 days
And more
since-
of planning Farside
Yeah.
Podcast.
Since August of last year, we started planning.
We did plan. Cause
So yeah,
we planned Farside August.
Or, yeah, around August, I think 22 or 23.
And then we
Yeah.
launched Farside Podcast
December
18th.
Yeah, so crazy how all these things just appeared out of nowhere.
Not
For
out of
what?
nowhere. We work hard.
We worked so
we worked
hard.
so hard, not nowhere. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. But
I'm
I
find
think
it
to
offensive.
other people, I think they'd be like, "But you don't have so much things that went on." But on our end, there were so many things behind the scenes.
Yeah, true.
There were so
It's like
many
you,
things.
you
going
can't
on.
expect. You really can't judge. I'm gonna say the phrase. I mean the phrase. You can't judge the cover by you can't judge.
You can't judge.
You can't judge
the
the book by its cover. Yeah, because
Yes.
although we do have a little little content out there, but in our side, it really felt like we've been doing so much.
Yes. And honestly, we're here to kind of look back at our learnings, or most importantly, the things we've accomplished as
Yeah.
well. Because without the podcast or us doing this, the accomplishments we've achieved wouldn't be achievable without this. So
Dang,
we also want to
bars.
thank the people out there. Because without this, or without the people,
Without you, there's no this.
there's no this.
There's no no
Oops.
no.
Yes. So yeah, just want to thank the people who've been supporting,
Yeah.
especially our friends and family who've
You
been
know who you are.
asking- Yes.
I think
You know who you are,
should.
those who give us feedback and those who've been sharing and listening.
True.
We just want to thank you.
this is the episode.
This is the episode to listen
This
to.
is no. So that's what this episode's gonna be all about. It's just basically reflecting on that 1 year of hecticness, even though unti lang yung content.
Yes.
Even though the
So
content's just, unti, but
it's just not that much, but
it's not that much.
we're here to share the accomplishments and the things right now. So
We
starting
should
off,
probably do this like yearly, Like
yeah,
every year there's a reflection episode.
of course, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So this is one of them. This is the first. Okay, Brian Hazel, this is the first. Everybody who's listening, this is the first annual
Yes.
reflection episode.
So the first question,
Uh-huh.
is what are you grateful for? I think, starting this out, it was on paper. It was first just messaging each other about this,
Mm.
and all the hard work. So what are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for the past year, right, of Farsight Podcast? I think it would be like, honestly, for the past few years, I mean, for this year, for the past year, I have never learned so much in just a year. Like, I really, I felt like I finished, I finished a whole thick book and just, in just like a day. That's how it felt. That's how it felt.
Mm.
And of course, I'm grateful for the learnings. But if there's one thing specifically, I think it would be the being comfortable.
Mm.
Like starting off the podcast, we already know each other. We already know what to work on. We didn't have to adjust.
Mm.
It's just about being yourself. And
Nice.
yeah.
I think the thing that I'm most grateful for is that our hard work and all of our visions are out there. Because,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to put things. I think as a creative, it's
Uh-huh.
hard to really put what's in your mind into reality and for it to translate how you would want it. And I'm just grateful that all this hard work led up to so many things that I haven't even
Yeah.
thought would occur or happen. So, with the quality content, with, the things that we talked about, I'm really grateful that, this is something that both of us accomplished without anyone telling us to do it. You
True.
know, just having our own willpower and, of course, God's will
God's will.
for it to
For sure.
for it to happen. So I'm just
Yeah.
grateful that even if we didn't need people's support, we still did this.
And then after that, the support came, right?
Yes.
And that's something to be grateful for as well. It's amazing because,
sure.
like, as far as we've learned, I mean, I've learned, it's like when you really do God's will, or when you when you obey to His will, obey His commands, and just live righteously, everything would be added upon you.
Yeah.
And sure, it's been a hectic year. It's fast but hectic, but it's full of learnings, and I'm grateful for those things.
Speaking of, all these things kind of falling into place, what are some of the accomplishments or things that,
Oh, highlights.
like
Crazy.
some of the things that happened because of the podcast or highlights, yeah.
I like how we're acting. Like we're so big already.
Like, oh my gosh, like
So many
I'm
highlights.
in a billboard.
We're on the billboard and everything. No.
Yeah, but I think even the small achievements
Yeah.
are really big. Well, for me, it's really big to me.
Yeah, I think that's something people really need to work on as well, because they think na they need to reach a certain point of success just to be grateful for something,
Yeah, and honestly, like,
right?
even if, it's been a year,
Yeah.
honestly, I did not expect like it to boom or like it to be like viral, but there's still things that
We
went
need to work on.
along, and there's lots of experiences we gained. So
Yeah, I think that's
I-
something people should learn, honestly. To be
Mm.
grateful for the small things,
yeah, so
especially the beginning part.
mhm. Yeah, so I think one of the things that I've accomplished, or one of the achievements, honestly, I'm so satisfied with how
You will never be
the
satisfied.
with how the look of Farsight is. I think that's one of
The look.
that's
I know. Right?
yeah, like I mean, being a creative and designer, that's one of the biggest accomplishments I think both of us have
True.
done, because I mean, this is the first thing I've ever put out, I would say, that I've made,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and for it to be known, like, oh, like, Brian or Hazel made that, it's really,
Oh yeah.
it's super like, whoa. I think people just recognizing it is really, comforting, because,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
'Cause,
that's
like,
one of the things I've
whenever people
accomplished.
bring up Farside podcast, whenever whenever people, I don't know if I said this in the last episode. I'm just gonna say it again. Like, whenever people bring it up, it's just like whenever people ask about Farside podcast, I'm like, wow, I think we've like,
I think we've done enough.
no,
Yeah.
like, I think having that feeling to be asked how was Farside podcast and what is Farside podcast. Parang I think of all of our accomplishments together as a creative and as friends,
Yeah.
and like it's so amazing. Even of that question can be a small reminder of like of your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. How about you? What do you feel when like people ask you about Farsay podcast?
Honestly, I feel like I'm an individual, because in the past, you can either be recognized from your siblings, or like
True.
from like just being like a friend, like, oh, how are you? But this is a project that like means a lot, and for people to even acknowledge this is so mind blowing to me.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I'm like, oh, you
true.
listen, like,
Oh, you listen to
do
us?
know it.
You listen to the end? You
Yeah.
get our inside jokes? What? It's insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just the small victories and the small things.
Yeah.
It makes me just like, oh, someone actually knows it.
Yeah.
Even like my closest friends, I'm like, oh, you still,
Even the people that I don't know.
really.
they're like, oh, you're that dude from Farside podcast. I'm like, I'm the dude. I'm the dude
Yeah.
from Farside
Farside.
podcast.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just a new feeling, getting asked for a thing that you've created.
Yeah, I agree. Cause like, it's your own doing. It's your own hard work. It's great to be
Yeah.
recognized.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, we got to feature in Nico Velasco's Briller project. Honestly,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
so
You guys should
such a
listen to that too as
thrill.
well.
Yeah.
I think that was the
Such
first
a
time somebody
thrill.
got us as a
Yeah.
guest.
That's another accomplishment that we
Yeah.
did. And
We've got to
Um,
interview Trey Remulia.
yes,
Hint, hint.
I
Joke.
honestly think that's a big accomplishment,
Mhm.
because we got to
Shout out to
we
Kuya Trey.
we're still in touch with them, and there's so many things that we're working on with them. So yeah.
Oh, this is kind of a spoiler, but okay.
Kind of a spoiler, but like, yeah, there's things brewing up with Kuya Trey. So
Yeah, it's crazy. It's amazing how Farsight has changed, even though it only has like 8 episodes. Because
yeah.
through that time, our values changed for the podcast. Not our values, but like for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, we're planning to aim more of like casual talks, about teenagers rather than being
Yeah.
set apart. But of course, being set apart as well. But I think it's more enjoyable when it's casual and
More relatable.
more relatable.
What's your favorite episode so
What's my
far?
favorite? Oh my god.
I already have mine.
We're actually acting like we have so many episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but honestly,
But
like,
in
so far.
honest opinion, I'm not gonna be biased and go with Kuwait Remulia.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm saying I'm not gonna go to that because I know
Okay.
it's for me. It's a draw. It's a jaw dropping experience.
Jaw dropping.
Yeah. Because I'm a fan of Kuwait and of what work he's doing and his values. But for me, I think it would be I like I think the first episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
To be honest, cuz like we're still new. We're dreaming big. Farside podcast is such a shot to the moon. It's such a
It's a
long
big
shot.
shot. Yeah.
You know,
A long
yeah.
shot. Yeah, a long
Pun
shot.
intended. Shot to the moon. It's just two kids. Back then we're just kids.
Two kids.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we're just kids. 17.
True.
Now we're 18. It's so you know when there was this one time when I rode an Uber and I was talking to the Uber driver. The Uber driver. Have you been to the Uber driver?
Uvajava.
Uber driver?
Uvajava.
Uvajava?
Uvajava.
But yeah, I was talking to the Uber driver. And I was talking about the values of life and ganun, how he's doing, what does he believe in. And he asked me my age. I was like, Kuya, ilan taon ka na? And I'm like, oh, 16 na kuya. Sabi, talaga? And he was like, you don't sound like you're 16. And I know both of us speak like that, like with the values of life, like with the values of being a teenager, how we can do our best to live a set apart life, a holy life, just a meaningful life. It's amazing because we're young. Not many people can experience such great values coming from such a great source. So it's a Farside podcast is such a shot to the moon. It's a long shot.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to know that we've released an episode and now we're here. I think episode 1's gonna be my favorite for a while. Unless we, we blow up and stuff happens.
What blow up?
Things change. They can change.
Let's see. Yeah, but for me, I'd say my favorite would have to be the what's it called? The friends one. What's it called?
Losing friends.
Oh, gaining and
losing
losing
friends.
friends.
Why?
I like that because I think
'Cause you
it's
lose
one of the main things that was big in my teenagehood. I'm still a teenager. One of the biggest I think one of the biggest events that have happened.
Yeah.
So talking about it gave closure and a sign that like I'm comfortable and I've moved on from this event and I'm
From
comfortable
this pain
talking
and
about
suffering.
it. Yeah, and that's how you truly know you're over something or you've learned.
It's like you're
Like-
comfortable talking about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. At some point, yeah.
I'd say that's one of my favorites, and I've even heard from people. Well,
Oh,
8%.
really?
Yeah, that
Because
they like that.
they relate. They've lost friends, which is
Yeah.
okay. It's
It's normal.
it's normal, but it's kind of sad
Yeah.
as well.
So yeah, that'd be my favorite. So
Yeah.
go listen to those.
Listen to those episodes. Free
Only.
plug.
No,
It's
but yeah.
it's cool in a way. Sure, we have a lot of accomplishments, but I know there were hard times. So since we've already talked about it, can you give a small answer?
A small
what's-
gist.
Yeah, a gist of what we're we were struggling with the past year,
So I
and
think yeah, go.
and what we can learn from it.
Yeah, so I think during this whole pandemic, being at home and not really seeing face to face, because
Yeah,
we've only done this through
online.
online. We
As
haven't
you
done
can
like
see.
we haven't done anything in real life except for the first trailer, but then that
True.
flopped. That flopped. Yeah, that honestly that's one of the biggest things that happened too is that
You gotta
I
share the story
lost.
soon.
Yeah, so like that flopped. Um and we've been working online, so communicating and trying to be in sync online is really hard.
Yeah, especially for me.
Yeah, especially for you, and I
Wow.
think especially for you. No.
Okay.
On
You didn't have
both
to say it that way, but
no, but I think there's lots of things that we had to balance other
Yeah.
than the podcast, including friendship. And as a boy or a girl, it's hard to even know what the other gender thinks or what the other person feels because we're different,
We
right?
built different.
We built different, literally. So yeah, there was just a roadblock and a situation.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck was that?
I was like, is that a train?
I was like, is that my sister screaming? Yeah. Okay, again, sorry.
I'm gonna
So
keep that in.
yeah, but there was an event where, on your part, you wanted to give up, and for me, I wanted to push through, but our views
You kind of
or
want to force
intention
it.
were
Yeah.
not aligned. We're unaligned. So
Yeah.
yeah, we that was one of the biggest stumbles
Yeah.
through this
True.
whole
True.
journey.
True.
So yeah, that was one of our biggest struggles.
Yeah. I think.
And we talked about it
Yeah.
we talked about it more in the last episode.
Yeah, and it's like it's more of like for me to pull back. Like if
Step back.
it's more of a step back, because I don't want to like continue the hurts and the misunderstandings. Parang if it's not fixed, it's only gonna get worse. And
Yeah.
on the other hand, you want to like continue it, force it, and even though we're not okay, but in the middle of it all, I think we found like the perfect, not perfect. We're still learning,
We
but we found the
fine-tuned.
balance.
We fine-tuned and we've worked on it.
We've worked on it.
recently.
And we've learned from it.
And we learned from it
And
and we
we-
learned from it. Yes. So what is your favorite moments during recording? Or moment?
I'm not trying to sound
Biased.
not biased. I don't want to sound explicit, but sometimes you guys don't hear it, but we're
It's cut.
disgusting.
Oh, we are nasty. Like
We're nasty behind the scenes.
we burp.
We burp. Basta, we do.
We not disgusting as in like like we
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we've like we have to
Like,
cut stuff out.
We have to
Like,
cut
nasty.
stuff out.
Yeah,
And
those
you
are
know,
the funny
that's
moments.
something I really cherish actually. It's just
The
you know,
verbs.
no, it's just being casual and being
Yeah.
so used to each other, because like we already know how to work, we already know how to like do things. So
Yeah.
it's just about cutting things out to make it more implicit for other people.
Implicit. For me, honestly, it's mostly the things that were cut out.
Yeah.
It would have to be like our sidetrack, or we just discuss things in the middle of like
Yeah.
an episode where it's not
It's
related.
not even really related.
It's just like, like
Oh, this
relating to
yeah.
that, and then it's just like a different
Yeah.
topic. So I think that would have to be one of my favorites, because that's, I would say, like, we have to put up, not necessarily like we have to be fake, but we have to put up this
we need to
mindset
clean
where we're
stuff.
talking to other
Yeah,
people, or people are listening, but then we get so real when we go off track.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree.
that's why recordings go on for so long.
For
But
so long.
I would say that's where, things are still being built,
True.
and I would say that's what makes it fun.
Honestly, yeah. You know, comment down below if you want a raw episode. If we just,
They would not want that.
a raw episode.
So to end us off on
Yeah.
this episode, what's one thing or what's something that you want to maybe achieve or expect or want for Farside next year?
I think
Or for the
I want it to be
upcoming
more
year?
casual.
Ooh.
Yeah. Rather than planned. Because I know the both of us, the most interesting parts when we talk, when we have conversations, are the spontaneous ones, not the recorded ones. I mean, like the casual talks lang.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why we started podcast, or like the Farsight podcast, is because of our conversations. I just want more learnings, honestly. I want more people to relate. I want
Yeah.
us to blow up, to blow up.
To blow up. You want to reach more people.
I want to reach more people.
For me, I would say, other than of course the obvious, more episodes, more content. I'm not sure if it'll reach or it will be accomplished next year, but I would want like a small community of people, like where we can discuss topics
With them
with them, because
as a community.
like a small,
What do you mean?
like a small community, like it could be a Discord server. Be like,
Oh.
what's your opinion on this and that, and having that would be so cool. But of course, we need to reach our people.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that'd be so cool.
That'd be so lit.
But
Right?
like, we're still small.
yeah, that was actually one of the things that I've wanted.
Ever since?
Starting, yeah,
I see.
having a small little community.
But for now, we are the community.
It's a 2-man team.
It's a 2-man team. I mean, we've got this far, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for the episode. I'm not sure if it's entertaining or I'm not sure if it's boring long or sweet but short.
Short
But-
but sweet.
But I hope you enjoyed, whoever listened to us or whoever
Yeah.
is listening to us. I know we're a bit hard to understand, but you just gotta deal with it, man.
That
gotta
is
deal
us.
with
You
it.
have to accept us.
You gotta accept us in a way that's loving, right? But anyway, if we have a lot of things in mind. But if you want updates, we have social medias, which is what is it?
Is Far Side Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, and
It's not that hard to spell.
it's not that hard, guys. Far Side Podcast. I'm sure you know how to spell, but if you want to, watch
If you wanna
this.
be my love,
If you want more of that in real life, on video, you can also listen to us on YouTube, on Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. Yes. So that is
See you
it.
guys on the
Far
side
of the
of the moon. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Year.
Peace out.
Bye.